Okay guys, it is July 6th and 2015. I'm going to talk a little bit about my Hoya plant. I got it less than 2 years ago, and apparently people have problems with them blooming. Um, the Hoya blooms, and as you can tell, I have quite a few of them starting to bloom that have bloomed. Are out of bloom, and I just wanted to say, a little bit of what I did, since how I know my mother and sister have had theirs for 3 and 4 years, and maybe have gotten one bloom. So I think it's kind of crucial for gardeners to kind of pass along some of the secrets or things that have been working for them. And I guess I don't know if it's the soil. I really don't. I want to show you where it's growing, which is, let's see, if I, uh, this way is to the east, out the window, and then to the west facing towards the side of my house here. So it gets about 6 hours, roughly, of sun per day. And I want to show you the window on the outside, because even though it looks like a pretty standard window, it has the tinting on the outside. So I'll just show you a quick. Here's my garden, but you can tell the window is kind of tinted, so it's hard to see or have light coming in so much, and or it's not as much light, I guess is what I'm getting at. And then also, so obviously a window like this would be good for it, and then also like a greenhouse, they would thrive in that. And then as you can tell, the pot, actually technically I've only had it less than 2 years, and actually, to be honest with you, it started from less than a plant than this big. So all of this, and which I've given probably a dozen to 20 cuttings to friends, family, and random strangers, because to be honest, another thing about these Hoyas in bloom here, they actually stink at night. And some people relate them to cat piss, and to me that's not a great smell. Um, if it I actually marked this one up here because they have about 3 of them in bloom on that particular um, stem right there, and I wanted to get rid of them because they stink so bad at night. But my girlfriend likes them and thinks they're pretty, and I do too, but I just don't like when they smell at night. So anyway, so I'm kind of torn into obviously cutting it from my curtains or blinds, and then also just I've trimmed it back from the window just because, one of these days I'd like to shut my blinds, but then again, these are acting as like a natural blind, so it's kind of cool. I put some little sticks that grow up around that and grow up around everything that they could possibly latch onto, and they're a really resilient plant. If you wanted to transplant them, I usually cut them. You can cut them wherever. This one, actually, I cut the wrong piece, and it's doing really well. I just stuck it in the dirt right there and just kept watering it like every 2 days, just a little bit. I think they just need a little bit of moisture. Or maybe it's that soil. The soil I got from, it's actually really, it's got lots of rocks in it, so it's got a lot of potential for the roots to kind of move around. And I just got it from some farmer who had some extra dirt lying around, and I asked if I could have some, and he said, "Here you go." And he filled up 3 big pots for me. And what I was going to say is this plant should actually be dead. It doesn't even have a drain, but I don't. I just try to like keep keep watch of it, and it will drain out the bottom. There's like a rubber cork in there, and it'll leak by it, because I had another one that was a China doll, and it died because it didn't have like a proper draining system. But I'm assuming these roots are, I don't know, somewhat shallow. I think they only go about halfway down the pot, I'm assuming. I could be wrong. But, so that's, yeah, don't take that. I really have never seen the Hoya roots other than when I got the cutting from my mom, and it was, like I say, I just put it in some water, and I kept it in water for about 2 weeks until I got the dirt from the individual I was talking about, and then put it in there. And lo and behold, less than 2 years later, I have a huge, thriving Hoya plant that grows up to my ceiling, and probably you could actually get it to grow all across my ceilings to the next room if I really wanted to get those little hook latch deals that just kind of and feed the plant along it. But I don't know, I'm not that ambitious right now with this plant. I like it. It's a pretty plant. Get a lot of comments from it, but it's just not a plant that I want to string across my whole house right now, I guess. But nonetheless, it's a beautiful plant, and let me know if you have any questions about this plant. Thanks.